kwani mashakil bijere salambi wansulu kanina kuluhibu badu ya jama mashakil bijere salambi wansulu salam alaikum alaikum salam salam alaikum alaikum salam salam dema bina dibet ya kwani na kan belet ma fi fogo salam dema bina dibelet ya kwani na kan shokol tatu ma fi fogo salam dema bina di shokol ya kwani.
The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Hallelujah.
I've got nothing more to worry about, nothing to worry about at all. Jesus is on my side, No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I've got Jesus Christ on my side. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I've got Jesus Christ on my side. No worry can steal my happiness. I've got Jesus Christ on my side. No disease can steal our health away. I've got Jesus Christ on my side. So let me sing and testify of Jesus, my Savior. Polo, polo, Yesula. Yesula, I won't keep up. I yet you keep a la. For you, watch on my young Yelaya. Yesula, I won't John. I yet you keep a la. What my young Yelaya. Yes, Jawa John. I yet you keep a la. For you, watch on my young Raya. Yes, Jawa John. I yet you keep a la. ye ma pieni papie no ba. Yes, you may wura ikona. Polo polo yesuna. Yes, la wa kipa ayeti kipa la ko. Kuriemu achan mayam yeraya. Yes, no ya wa chan ayeti kipa la ko. Kuchan wa tu mayam yeraya. Yes, ya wa chan ayeti kipa la ko. Kuriemu achan mayam yeraya. Yes, ya wa chan ayeti kipa la ko.
Who shall separate us from the love of Christ? Shall tribulation, or distress, or persecution, famine, or nakedness, or peril, or sword? For as many are led by the Spirit of God, they are the sons of God. Romans chapter 8, verse 14 and 35. May God bless you. May God bless you.
Yes, Yes, Umara, yes, Umara, yes, Umara, yes, Umara. Polo, polo, yes, Umara, yes, Umara, wa kipa, ayeti kipa la, kuriemu wachan mayam yeraya, yes, Umara, wa wachan, ayeti kipa la, kuchan watu mayam yeraya. Yes, Jawa wajane ayeti kikalala uwe Kuriemu wachen mayam raraya. Yes, Jawa wajane ayeti kikalala uwe Polo, polo, yesula. Yes, Lara wakipa ayeti kikalala uwe Kuriemu wachan mayam yeraya. Yes, Lara wajane ayeti kikalala Jawa tu mayam yeraya. Yes, Jawa wajane ayeti kikalala uwe Kuriemu wachen mayam raraya. Yes, Jawa wajane ayeti kikalala uwe
What is it? It's a remix pattern. Silver Age, it's a remix pattern. To the road, zero. Oh, lazim kele nina geni sawa. Oh, lazim kele nina limu sawa. Ya Bwana Rabuna makala kuisani Leka tulu Rabuna makala kuisani Lejerima Rabuna makala kukisip takide Lejebiu Katulu de minina oh Jebiu de minina Takamu de minina oh Jerima de minina ya kwa
na maluseini na biyamulu kalamzede.
Wisomaniza abantu bapita mutungo Baninyake palaneno ya ndungo Batisa tisanti beita baloko Bagala kuyimba miro miro kalyonso Zisila una nevela ninya kungato Hakabwa kabi kakumya mutungo Mukama yampa ebyange ntola ku mulembo
Rabuna makala kwisani Lekatulu Rabuna makala kwisani Lejerima Rabuna makala kukitip takide Letebi
Tupendane vile vile tulipendana na tusameane vyote tulikosana. Nataka penzi ile ile ya kwanza na kuangalia kwa macho na kumisi sana. Tupendane tena kama ilikuwa kwanza, mabibi na mabwana. Tupendane tena, tunaomba usalama, usalama, usalama.
Ola zikele nina geni sawa
Mabibi na mabwana, salama, salama.
Ola zikele nina limu sawa
Salama, salama, salama.
Ola zikele nina geni sawa
Mabibi na mabwana, salama, salama.
Ola zikele nina limu sawa Ikaramiatani milipu bilen biseregunate Yakwana la zikele nina tibu ajad batale Yau bilak nina Yau bisibu nina rabuna lanu nina Yau bikana bun nina Yau bisibu nina bilak nufus tena We need peace among ourselves We need love, love, love
Tunaomba usalama, usalama, usalama.
Ola zikele nina geni sawa
Mabibi na mabwana, salama, salama.
Ola zikele nina limu sawa
Salama, salama, salama.
Ola zikele nina geni sawa
Mabibi na mabwana, salama, salama.
Ola zikele nina limu sawa
Nataka tu Uganda,
Nina kulua
Uganda tu Sudan,
Lazim na kulua
Sudani tu Kenya,
Nina kulua
Kenya tu Ghana,
Lazim na kulua
Ghana tu Morocco,
Nina kulua
Morocco tu Tobago,
Lazim na kulua
Tobago tu
sawa
Nigeria,
Nina kulua
Nigeria tu America,
Lazim na limu
America
sawa
tu Italia,
Nina kulua
Eritrea tu Ethiopia,
Lazim na limu
Amsterdam tu
sawa
Suriname,
Nina kulua
Sudan tu Vietnam,
Lazim na godu sawa
Thank you very much thank you for inviting me. I hope you are hearing.
It's a pleasure. I can hear you very well, Dr. Matanga. So let me begin with Dennis Amakri. Now, Dennis, if you listen to the introduction, you know, General Kainerugaba, Uganda's military chief, stated that Uganda's special forces have entered Juba to secure it, and that any move against the president is a declaration of war against Uganda. Can you go ahead and share your thoughts on this and why, you know, he would come out to say such a thing?
Well, you know that, thank you. You have international relations like this, especially when it comes to the deployment of military force into another country, you know, then it becomes a very serious issue. I'm sure they have been invited, and if they were invited to come into Uganda, just like it happened in 2013, then I think somebody wants to just have some kind of protection. I think the president, President Kerr, has used them before when they came in, and of course, helped him to stabilize his place at that time. But with the tension that is going on, I think this time around is going to be a different story.
How so?
Well, you know that when people deploy like this, foreign military intervention is one that you know, can raise a lot of tension. And of course, it can fuel the conflict that has been going on. And then, of course, sovereignty is also very, very important. There will be an erosion of the sovereignty because it also signals weakness on the part of the country that these military forces are coming in. And when they come in, they also do all kinds of things. I remember very well. 2013, I was in Juba. And at that time, we had Ugandan forces inside South Sudan. And they were, in fact, the way they even drive around in town will tell you that they really don't care about the people. So you have a lot of human rights violation going on. So there are many complications, that could arise from a foreign military moving into another country.
All right, now let's hear from Dr. Matsanga, still on this and what General Kainerugaba said. Do you have an idea of the specific threats that prompted this deployment of Ugandan forces?
Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to tell you, are you hearing me properly?
Yes, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yes. Thank you very much for inviting me. Uganda and South Sudan have got electoral arrangement of ever defending it. Uganda has got an agreement. Uganda liberated South. Uganda would not like to see the northern need destabilized. So Salva Kiir invited them. They have gone there by force. They have not bulldozed their way in. They were invited to go because there is tension between Dr. Riek Machar and General Kiir. It has been there. One of the problems that I've been telling the whole world a long time, that IGAD was not able and will not be able to bring peace in that country, because the type of arrangement, the discussions that were done in a peace process left one major contributing factor to peace: accountability. That is where we have gone wrong. The whole process of South Sudan is in chaos because of accountability issues. Accountability has become a problem, and that is where things are going to go wrong. So Uganda is in South Sudan, invited officially through a bilateral arrangement that they have between Sudan Armed Forces, South Sudan Armed Forces, and Uganda UPDF.
Oh, okay. Now, still on you, Dr. Matsanga.
Hello?
If you can hear me, What are the risks of foreign military involvement in South Sudan's internal affairs?
It is not, if it is a bilateral, my sister, it is not interference anymore. This is a bilateral arrangement that if we are attacked or there is insecurity, we are aware that there is plenty of insecurity. The whole of North Sudan is the other side. The tension between Dr. Riek Machar and Salva Kiir has been increasing on a daily basis. And therefore, Uganda can sit and watch. I fully support President Museveni on this one. We cannot sit and watch, have refugees running into our country. So he was invited to come up and take charge, at least to Juba, in case there are any humanitarian responses. We need that capital city and the airport. Therefore, that is why the risks are, one, it could escalate into a civil war inside Sudan itself, which could now plunge in and involve Ugandan troops. Just as like Kibemba crossed over and went to Central African Republic, ended up himself in the ICC. Those are the risks. So how they call themselves under this bilateral arrangement is what we wait and see. It is a real terrible situation that has taken place, that is taking place in South Sudan at the moment. It is not a very good situation.
All right. Now, Mr. Makri, with the 2018 peace deal, having ended a civil conflict that cost nearly 400,000 lives, how vulnerable is this accord now that, key government figures aligned with Vice President Machar have been detained?
Well, the thing is that that area is very, very unstable. Very, very unstable. And of course, the peace accord in 2013 with the intervention of Uganda has been one that has, at least sustained the area. Because right now, if South Sudan is unstable, it is going to affect the whole Horn of Africa, because that area is very, very strategic. But at the same time, we have to understand that the entrance of Uganda into South Sudan might also make the conflict the tension to heighten, and then the conflict will break out. And if it breaks out, there are consequences, and these consequences will include majorly the refugee problem that we're going to have. And I'm very, very sure Uganda is doing this because they don't want the refugees to come into their country, because it's going to stress their resources and stuff like that.
Okay, so it's better for them to just, find a way to bring peace from within than to allow the refugees flood in. Well,
exactly. Come in here.
Exactly.
Yes, you can come in, Dr. Masanga.
I agree with my colleague here. We have a strain of 4.5 million refugees from Congo who are in our territory. That is why you see the Eastern Congo, there is chaos there already. We have, for us to wait and see another bunch of refugees coming from the north into our territory, we want to do that. We Ugandans have got one policy. We don't wait until there is trouble. We go for it and sort it out. 400,000 people perished. There was no accountability at all. And you can't say you are making a peace process, arranging a peace process. This was a peace process that was bound to collapse because it didn't have any backer. There was nobody backing it. There was no money backing it. There were no resources. There was no containment areas were not supervised. There was no peace process here. And that's it. I am a conflict resolution expert. You can raise me from the grave when I'm going to die and ask me. That was not a peace process at all. And I think my fellow friend will agree with me that was not a peace process, but a peace jokes.
Lisa give you more, you better. It's it all. You see we are free. And in Lisa Bashir, more, you was gone. Ayan, Jana Junubi ayan. Mafi gurus, kisim giwasha shedi. Oh, Jian, Jana Junubi Jian. Wasu bilir, umakulu hele fadur. Anataban, since 2011. Ladiasa, same level today. Anataban, 21 years, fighting for freedom, and we are fighting ourselves today. No one is safe on Emily Road. No one is safe on Juba to Terekeke Road. Oh. Dead bodies recovered on the river Nile. Only God knows when the killers will be found. Oh no. Land grabbers everywhere, the youth are dying on the streets. We were finished from the bullets of the unknown gunmen and cattle raiders. Ayan, Jana Junubi ayan. Mafi gurus, kisim giwasha shedi. Oh, Jian, Jana Junubi Jian. Wasu bilir, umakulu hele fadur. Anataban, since 2011. Ladiasa, same level today. Anataban, 21 years, fighting for freedom, and we are fighting ourselves today. In this time for everything, where is time for our peace? Oh Lord, if this time for everything, where is time for our peace? We prayed for this country. Oh, school fees, and I'm a we want to soon. Me my dad is at Takoma, the university Takoma. Bigger garden. Yeah, the promise of free education by Dr. John is gone. Anataban, city sure, Mavi may allege you shabby. Oh, Anataban, Sabasur, Mavi may allege Usasa Sukur. Oh, Anataban, since 2011, same level today. It's my
What is it? It's a remix pattern. Silver egg, it's a remix pattern. Remember, it's a holy land family. Fresh mind, fresh ideas. Swam studio. I live with Dunia. Mama, but this is your code, madam. Latin, they tell him Mugali. Come tomorrow. And I big at a band. Tomorrow to Monday. I give to mommy, mama. I live with Dunia. Mama, but this is your code, madam. Latin, they tell him Mugali. Come tomorrow. And I big at a band. Tomorrow to Monday. I give to mommy, mama. Kalam di hagigi. Aleki ya madam. Matalo manasaki. And I live with Dunia. And I big at a band. And I live, and I live, and I big at a band. So mavi iya terito ila bezu kutu. Wale kama Toria. Aleka. Raji. Wale kia madam. Ila tena kama koyo. Wale kama ziko. Patmara kama kwete. Santa Gilbo iya la fibe. Wanaburu wakati suwe ya nota shugul. Biga musai gafi. Sana kama nkasulu arabat. Pitara bahar sanket. Kiyamkere akulu lipsu. Olua mederesa. Musal faltomod. Ay ay mafi ay ay. Silver excited. I live with Dunia. Mama, but this is your code, madam. Latin, they tell him Mugali. Come tomorrow. And I big at a band. Tomorrow to Monday. I give to mommy, mama. And I live with Dunia. Mama, but this is your code, madam. Latin, they tell him Mugali. Come tomorrow. And I big at a band. Tomorrow to Monday. I give to mommy, mama. They call amnesia. Alekunya shabab. They call amnesia. Alekunya shabab. Itakashilu tala. Yashubut. Mafia and Mavizo din Aro. Kuita. Aslam Besil. Mombasa do ita. Always want be cool. Yesim taki munu. Redlin be cool. Abu taki munu. Kalata be cool. The Bila taki sunu. Warba be cool. Ita jamin way. Mavizo di Asadu. Chikada lita enu. Kakina na be cool. Ala keri. Alila yon kaki. Kukura bukuntai. Mahaltani barao. Holy and forever. Producer. Linus. Silver S. Some studios. We are not giving up in love. I live with Dunia. Mama, but this is your code, madam. Latin, they tell him Mugali. Come tomorrow. And I big at a band. Tomorrow to Monday. I give to mommy, mama. And I live with Dunia. Mama, but this is your code, madam. Latin, they tell him Mugali. Come tomorrow. And I big at a band. Tomorrow to Monday. I give to mommy, mama. Lekulu shabab, Bobardu shabab. I live with Dunia, Omaligo, Shugul, Wakaman Besi Radat, Seliko Miala, Inu Yom Tari, Wamediko Shugul, Alagla Midab, El Temalete, Trimaviraya Tensan, Min Ala, Lakin, Malik Insan, Renile Ala, Lianu, Dunia de Masabi, Lila Wukunina, Kukura Wukunini, Timahaltani Barov, as holy people, we don't give up in life. No condition is permanent, but me, yeah. Kede wori le ana sabi Briga faida sunu Anara mederesa Sintasha sana Wana kan be vikir gali Ana kan kala su Mederesa tai Ana bija shilu Musuli ata mama tai
Hello? I think so now. Big is working. Oh yeah. Hasa kita bigger quiz. Give me some indication. Some indication, please. I think now it will be okay. Rita. Tell me something. هسه اختفى كله بقى ما في. الصوت ده اختفى تاني كله يا ريتا. انا رفعته كده I don't know what is going on, to be honest. I don't know what is happening. أنا رفعت الصوت كده لحد النهاية. I connected it back again. Now it's good. Okay. Okay. All right. Now the voice is clear. زي ما أنا قلت قبل I totally disagree مع ثانغا في كلام بتاعه على أساس إنه Museveni have right to deploy forces in Uganda. ما قلنا كعب زي ما أنا ذكرت قبل سابقا. Museveni كان دعو عشان يجي يكون as a peacekeeper للجنوبين. مفروض ما يكون في harassment، ما يكون في abuse، ما يكون في ضرب وكلامات الفاضي in the name of Jesus. خلي الشيطان ده يمشي بعيد. There is something you guys please share and اعمل likes. بعد مرات بكون في جهجهة برضو بطريقة غير. Oh my goodness. So بعد مرات بكون في جهجهة في هنا. كان في اسمه شنو ده ما في ناس كتير في فيديو، ما في share، ما في likes. Things happen be jeopardize position بتاع الفيديو. So it's good that share the video and just try to get engaged with sharing, make likes to at least make the video stand. So let me just continue with Kalambita Masanga Gibel. He said he's happy and he stand with Museveni. Zemanuguta, what kind of deployment is? Yes, we understand they have bilateral relationship between Uganda and South Sudan, between the two presidents. أولاً حاجة لما ذاتوا forces جابوا في Uganda without knowledge of Ugandan parliament. And Ugandan parliament sat and they had a discussion about this in their parliament. Forces that amalo deployment to South Sudan without their knowledge, and this is against constitution bitam bita Uganda. Bemana Museveni gadi ala bedimago. Zay Salva Kiir gadi ala bedimago fi Junuba Sudan. The two men have similarity fi behavior bitam, similarity fi leadership bitam, similarity for what they're doing together as criminal. Both of them, they are criminals. Okay? Salva Kiir like Museveni like Salva Kiir, and Salva Kiir is always taking order from Museveni and doing what Museveni is telling him to do. Museveni is advising Salva Kiir to do whatever that have to be done in South Sudan, if he's going to take life with the Junubin, Salva Kiir doesn't care, Museveni doesn't care. And it's confirmed by that the first analyst that Al-Gibel Kalam. Benu, he was in Juba in 2013. He is Ugandese, that analyst. Galu fi zaman Harib Balkan waka fi 2013 fi Juba, he was in Juba. By then, the Ugandan UPDF have been deployed in Juba, and they behaving recklessly while driving in the road. When they do their things, there is no respect for humanity. That according to his statement. And yet, Kasangabiji Bugulgal, he's happy Kali Museveni deploy forces in Iraq because they don't want refugees to come to Uganda. Refugees of Uganda are seen at the United Nations. يعني مسافر ما قد يديم حاجه غير واطا الهم قاعدين فوقه. مسافر ما قد يديم حاجه غير واطا الهم قاعدين فوقه. Who's taking care of them? Can Museveni doesn't want the refugees? He have to write to United Nations. I don't want these people. Let the United Nations take care of these people. Send them fi Bahar, direct down fi Hofra, direct Finom High. It's up to United Nations to deal with it because they are there under United Nations. UN are the one responsible for those refugees. Yes, I understand there is Mashakil Fifi Congo, as Masanga said, 4.5 million refugees from Congo. And we have about 2 million or 3 million for Uganda Bardo. Ufi Sudanese Bardo, for Uganda Bardo. I understand that point. I understand that point is going to exhaust in the Iqtisad bitam bita Uganda is going to go down by so much refugees are coming. But who's creating this mashakil? Why Museveni, when he comes to Juba or sit with Salva Kiir, he have to let Salva Kiir know that you have to, Salva Kiir, you need to resolve the issue, you need to bring peace in order for South Sudanese to settle down. Instead of coming and adding more fuel, adding more fire on the fire that we already have in South Sudan. The problem between Salva Kiir and Riek is always created by Salva Kiir. And Salva Kiir made it clear that he doesn't want to work with Riek anyways. And you guys are as the guarantors of that agreement 2018 in Sudan, Museveni, you're part of that, you're one of the guarantors. You know what is in that agreement. Instead of blaming Riek all the time. Instead of blaming Riek all the time, in that agreement, who have upper hand? Is your best friend Salva Kiir have upper hand on that agreement? Why can't you just tell him as one of the guarantors and plus the EGAT for Salva Kiir to implement that part of this agreement so at least can bring peace to South Sudanese instead of always fighting and you jumping with your gunship, you jumping with your UPDF, you jumping in with all your terrorist organization. You guys are nothing beside, you guys are terrorists in East Africa community. Condemn Museveni, condemn Salva Kiir. Both of you guys are terrorists. And you labeling the communities of Nasser today as terrorist organization, Nas White Army. Those people are only there protecting their people. They're only protecting their land. These people have trauma of 2013, 2016. Created by who? By Salva Kiir and supported by Museveni. That however dogfight today happened in 2013 in J1. 2016 also. Created by Salva Kiir and supported by Museveni. Because as part of the peacemaker is supposed to be as a guarantor, you shouldn't be taking side between the two. You shouldn't be taking side. But you know what you're benefiting from South Sudan. And you wanted that damn man called Salva Kiir to continue in that position for you to loot with us, to loot our resources. Because you have a share, yeah, Museveni. You have share in our oil, and you guys are looting our gold together, man, as Salva Kiir. You're looting our gold. As the way that today you're looting gold from Congo. You're sending also a position, another forces in Congo to go and fight also Congolese. You're sending forces to South Sudan, fighting Junubin. You're sending forces also in Somal to go and do havoc also in Somal. Who are you? You wanted to control all these East Africa communities, East Africa countries. You both supposed to be arrested, including Mohozi. Both of you, three of you, should be arrested and taken to jail. Because you have killed enough people. You're killing the generals. Museveni is killing generals left and right in Uganda. Huh? The same thing with Salva Kiir today is killing all the opposition for Junub Sudan. Salva Kiir is killing them. As you can see today, his problem with the White Army in Nasir, he came and arrested all the opposition leaders, people who are the leaders with React. They have been arrested left and right. That action that Museveni is doing at that of Uganda. Museveni is doing the same thing in Uganda. Salva Kiir is acting the same manner. You know? Salva Kiir is acting in the same manner. Whatever Museveni is doing, Salva Kiir is doing it in South Sudan. Salva Kiir will create havoc, Museveni will support it. So we as South Sudanese citizens today, and on behalf of all South Sudanese citizens and my own behalf, we don't want to see UPDF in South Sudan. Because you're not neutral. You're not standing with citizens. According to what Mohozi said, you guys are not standing with the citizen. You're standing with the president. And we don't want this type of friendship. We don't want this type of friendship because you're supposed to stand with the citizen more than the president, because leaders comes and go. We don't want Salva Kiir to stay in this position for 40 years like Museveni is doing today in Uganda. You guys are criminal. You never have enough of looting. You never have enough of sucking blood of people. You guys know how to label people falsely. Like the way that Kize who I can't pronounce his name. The guy that was arrested from Kenya, and taken straight to jail. The guy is politician. Why they took him to United Sigin bita Suyuna last career? I don't know. Military prison. What for? Museveni today, all his prisoners is in military prison, and those people are civilian. Those people are civilian. Why you take them into military prison? The same thing Salva Kiir is doing today in Juba. Everybody, people speak in social media. They've been taken to Blue House. You say something, sack it on the street, you will be arrested and put in Blue House. For what reason? Nobody knows. And you will be tortured left and right. You will be abused. You will be beaten like the way that they wanted to beat you. They will abuse you to the level. Salva Kiir and Museveni, they are both criminal. They are both need to be arrested. They are both need to be taken to international community, to Mahkama Dualia. People are not benefiting from you. Today, Uganda doesn't have enough of you, Museveni. The way that we have enough also from Salva Kiir in our own country. We don't want to see you, both of you. We are tired of you. I have another video. Let me bring it up. Listen to this here.
Sudan, that they wanted to put sanctions on South Sudan in the UN. But what sort of bad manners is this?
Imagine Imagine they wanted to put sanction in South Sudan with what is going on in South Sudan. He's the one talking about it in Uganda, like his father, like he is the father of South Sudanese. He's a father to Salva Kiir. Everything's supposed to come through him as Museveni. Everything have to be like, he have to be told, then Basinji, Bazinji, but yeah, something like that. So everything that wanted to happen in South Sudan, Museveni have to be notified. Museveni have to be told. Museveni have to be informed about anything, because according to Masanga earlier in his statement, Uganda is the one liberated South Sudan. Uganda is the one liberating South Sudan, and that statement also have been made inside Juba by Minister of Sport when Ugandan played game with the South Sudan in Juba, and then Juba was beaten by Uganda. The Minister of Sport was happy. He expressed his feeling, and he said, "This South Sudan have been liberated by Ugandan sons and daughters." I did not see one of ministers in Junub Sudan to come and condemn that. Salva Kiir went quiet like a dead body. Everybody's just quiet. Everybody's quiet. The same thing today, Masanga said it in this video. Alana Shakal to Gablishawaya. Benu South Sudan was liberated by Uganda. South Sudan liberated by Uganda. How? If you put your hand with us to fight with us, or you contributed in one way or another, it wasn't for free. It wasn't at all for free. You guys have had money, you have looted gold with our Western Equatoria, you have looted enough gold by then. Museveni knows. This is whereby he killed Garang. Let me just break this today. This is whereby he killed Garang. Who doesn't know that? Because he doesn't want Garang, because Garang is smart. He wanted this fool called Salva Kiir to control him, put him under his armpit. The way now he's doing, playing with Salva Kiir and playing with us. Because Salva Kiir is dumb, idiot. Fighting with only one county called Nasir, you go and bring forces from Uganda, troops from Uganda, you bring troops from Janjaweed, Bitanas RSF, you bring who and who? It's only one county. One county, Bitanuer, is only Nuer, White Army. And it's militia. It's not even opposition. It is militia. It's not even a militia. It's just group of young men that protecting their land, protecting their women and children from the trauma that they have in 2013 and 2016. That created by Salva Kiir and supported by Museveni. And you guys have keep playing with us left and right. You guys need to be told. International community need to be told about you. You guys are criminals of East Africa community. You guys are criminals. There is nothing called bilateral relationship here that need troops from Uganda or from Congo or from where. No. There is nothing like that. It's just misunderstanding. Salva Kiir is supposed to take the right route of how to disable all South Sudanese citizens, not only Nasir alone. And supposed to start with the cattle herders. Supposed to start with the cattle herders that killing, terrorizing people left and right in Equatorial region. Who gave them those arms? Salva Kiir himself. He armed those cattle herders. They are national security. He named them cattle herders. Okay? He named them cattle herders, terrorizing all Equatorial region. The 47 tribe, 47 community in central Equatoria, in Equatorial region. Terrorized by who? By Salva Kiir's national security. And Museveni did not intervene. He did not intervene as somebody that really need peace. If he really need peace, why these refugees today in Uganda? Ecuadorian did not fight Salva Kiir. The Ecuadorians never fought Salva Kiir because we are not armed. We never fought him. He come and terrorize us, and we run to Uganda. He come always to kill us, burn down our houses, rape our women, our aunties, our grandmothers, children under age. This is whereby today we have 2 million refugees in Uganda. That Museveni is talking about Kesanga. You need to be honest and tell the truth. You need to be honest and tell the truth. Why was these refugees there today? Who terrorized them? Who sent them out of their land? Wasn't that the same Salva Kiir that you're protecting today? Wasn't that Salva Kiir that the same creating this problem and supported by your president, Museveni? Yes, you have to be honest, tell the truth. If you're benefiting also from South Sudan, Kasanga, tell us the truth. Because the way that you spoke today, in this video, I can see there is a big meat in your mouth. Yes. Somebody who's benefiting always, dodging things, dodging statements, giving wrong advices, you know, because he knows where he's benefiting from. He doesn't want to mess it up. And this useless son of Museveni called Mohuzi come and say, so whoever we wanted to fight Salva Kiir is declaration of war. Anyone wanted to fight Salva Kiir, that's a declaration for war against Uganda. Tell us clearly if you guys are the one now colonizing us. Just be honest. Are you now colonizing us? Yes, we need to know. We need to know. How many times this useless Mohozi wrote some nasty statement on the Twitter account, his Twitter? How many times? He doesn't have respect. He wrote previously also to Sudanese citizen until they demanded him to apologize. Huh? Also, he wrote something about Congo. He's always jumping like a baby monkey from tree to tree with just looking for trouble all over the place. If all these countries, you just making them feel bad about you guys, put hands together and come towards you, what are you going to do? You're not going to even last 1 week. Let me finish what he's saying, this useless old man.
I am the one who knows South Sudan. As I speak now, there are 1 million South Sudanese in Uganda, refugees. So you, who are you to talk about South Sudan? I am the one carrying all the issues. For you, just come as a tourist, and you are the one who says, I say, please, if you want to punish the leaders in South Sudan, I will be the one to whisper to you that these people they cannot change. Let's let's do this. It should come from the region, not from far away.
So he's the one to whisper to Western countries and giving them idea who is to sanction. Because now when they wanted to sanction South Sudan, he jumped up with this nonsense statement of his. Ashan Kida, now I think I get his message that he's the one wanted Riek Machar to be sanctioned, or wanted Riek Machar to be given hard time, because he's the one to whisper to Westerns and telling them who should be sanctioned and who should be really taken serious. And because he's always standing, Mamunu is supporting Salva Kiir. instead of React. He's not neutral. Yes, Yumkin React have some mistakes, but who have upper hand here in this agreement? Who have upper hand in South Sudan to make things work? It is Salva Kiir Museveni, not anybody else. And we condemn your action that you coming to South Sudan to go and fight people in Nasir. That was only one county. One county only from the rest of the counties. Do you guys wanted to come and bombarding them with the gunship and military vehicles with the big gunships and bulldozer them down? The house is being burned and torturing them left and right. Those are only one county. Only one county. Salva Kiir have to bring all these forces from all over the place. That will tell you exactly who is criminal here, who is creating this mashakil. It should be told, and it's clear, because I don't see reasons for Salva Kiir to go and bring forces from outside when he's only have misunderstanding. Example, if Riek have misunderstanding with him, he doesn't have to run around and bring all this world in. This issue can be resolved within ourselves in the country. If he wanted to invite people, he can invite people only to witness and make things work between them for the interest of South Sudanese citizens. Not you guys bringing your forces and ripping off our money in daily basis. You guys are robbing us. In Uganda, who get paid $1,000 every month? Who in Uganda? Like forces in forces of Uganda. Does you guys have anyone that get paid $1,000 every month? I don't think so. Imagine this forces stays in Juba over 7 to 8 months, sometimes 1 year. How much is this? For you, this is a salary of vice president, maybe. And yet, we are the owner of the country. Our people are suffering. They don't get paid. Even the civil servant, they don't get paid now. Is over 1 year and a half. 1 year and a half. There is no salary for civil servant. When Bolmel have been appointed as a vice president for economic cluster, he promised people that in his facing speech that he's going to give salaries for the people. In fact, according to his statement, in fact, the payroll now is in process. I tell you, until today, nobody get paid. That was back in January. Until now, nobody get paid. What I can see here, he's going to be worse than his father, Salva Kiir, or whatever he named himself.
And out of Nigeria to Uganda, where the military chief, General Muhuzu, says his country has deployed special forces to South Sudan's capital, Juba, to help the president secure it. The move comes with tension escalating between the president and his deputy, Riek Machar, raising fears that the fragile peace deal could collapse and a conflict could resume. Uganda's military chief did not give reasons for the deployment to the neighboring state, but said that any move against the president is a declaration of war against the country. South Sudan's government has not yet commented on the deployment. Concern about the security situation in South Sudan has been mounting, with the United States ordering on Saturday the evacuation of all its non-emergency staff from the country. Last week, the deputy chief of the army and 2 ministers, all allies of the vice president, were arrested by the security forces, which an opposition spokesman called a grave violation of the peace deal. One of the ministers has since been released.
طبعا ده واضح. أنا بس در نجيب لكم proof على أساس إنه of what Muhuzi said. Any move towards the president is declaration of war against their friend Salva Kiir. And they're there, according to his statement also, they're there to protect the president. Yeah, and if the whole country calls South Sudan, they don't see nobody. They don't see anyone. They only know President Salva Kiir, and Kiir is the only president of South Sudan. Algal kalam de mungalu Mahuzi. They are the one to tell us who to lead us. They are the one to tell us when to change, to make change. They are the one to tell us everything. Pretty much, we don't have voice in South Sudan. We have no voice. We've been controlled by Uganda. We've been controlled by Muhuzi and Museveni. We've been colonized, in fact, by Ugandan today in our own country through Salva Kiir. That's not bilateral relationship. Now, bilateral relationship, you can never come and cause problem in your friend's backyard. You cannot come and add more fire in your friend's house. That's not friendship. It's not. As I said, those two, Museveni plus Salva Kiir, they're both criminal. They deserve to be put in jail in those blue houses or military prison or whatever they have in their own prospective areas, zones. They're supposed to go there and test the heat of those areas. The way that they're treating the citizen, the way that they treated the other. Okay, I have another video to play. أنا كنت أقدر نجيب بتاعت مايكل موكوي لكن I don't see it is important for me because he denied when the UPDF entered Juba. He totally denied it, but اسمه شنو ده في النهاية أنا فيديو اللي أنا جبته قبل شوية that admit فعلا جيش اليوغندي دخل في جوبا and that was enough, and even Muhuzi admit also في statement في فيديو الحسن أنا خدته ده على أساس إنه Muhuzi said that yes he sent troops في South Sudan, and also that make it clear على أساس إنه حتى كان مايكل موكوي نكر although he demanded اسمه شنو ده اسمه منو he demanded hold on, I want to bring this one here. He demanded اسمه شنو ده اي راديو because اي راديو نشر الموضوع وقام نشر الموضوع وقام اسمه شنو ده قام عشان مايكل موكوي نكر قام ضغط اي راديو عشان you apologize until I radio have apologized publicly and sent a special letter to Michael Mokoy and deleted the post that they wanted to hide that there is no Ugandan forces in South Sudan. But Salva Kiir have made it clear also. Salva Kiir have made it clear, yes, Ugandan forces fi South Sudan, and he have right also to bring Ugandan forces fi South Sudan according to his statement. So anama yani Salva Kiir admit على اساس انه زمن هم كانوا قاعدين يحاربوا من في زمن هم في غابة جيش اليوغندي كان قاعد يحارب معهم. So why today people wanted to tell Ugandan forces to leave South Sudan. For what reason? You know? So let me play this one.
Hello and welcome. We begin with the latest developments from South Sudan, the world's youngest country, where the political and security situation is rapidly deteriorating, pushing the East African country to the brink of another civil war, a crisis that has raised alarm among its neighbors. Now, amid growing fears over the impact of rising tensions, Uganda has deployed special forces to South Sudan's capital of Juba. Kampala says the troops stationed earlier this week were sent to protect South Sudan's government. Uganda's military chief, Muhoozi Kainerugaba, who is also President Museveni's son, stated on social media that Uganda only recognized Salva Kiir as president. He warned that any move against Kiir would be treated as a declaration of war against Uganda. However, South Sudan's
See, yani, Uganda recognize Salva Kiir is the only president. Any the move against him is declaration of war against Uganda. بمعنى نحن مستعمرين. Let us just instead fact يا جماعة. مستعمرين استعمار يوغندي ولا كيف؟ We have been colonized and unknowingly. أننا ما عارفين. The truth must be told. And ده وتر نحن جايين ندوق فوقه بعد كده. وإننا جايين ندوق في وتر لحد ما نعرف حقيقة الجنوب السودان وين. دايرين نعرف حقيقتنا بعد كده نحن ما عندنا شكل ذاته ماكير. شكلتنا هيكون ما يوغندا. Our fight is going to take place manus Uganda with Uganda. We will leave Salva Kiir alone. Because if Uganda now declaring war against the citizen of South Sudan, not to speak up, not to come out for demonstration, not to do anything against Salva Kiir, then we have to take the fight with Uganda. We must take our fight with Uganda. We have to demand Uganda Museveni have to be removed and not replaced with his son Muhoozi. Not to be replaced with his son Muhoozi. Both of them have to go to jail. And Ugandan have to play this role very well. Do not let this dictator stay there to dictate you and dictate us and dictate Congo, dictate the other East Africa countries. Our fight is going to be with Muhoozi and Museveni. The message is clear. Declaration of war that he's talking about, we will decorate it for him. As you guys are coming to Nasser, this time you will see. We will support Nasser. We will support the Nuer. Because you cannot come as 2-3 countries, different countries, to come and fight one county of South Sudan. Only one county in South Sudan. Yes, salam. Huh? The ijram to the highest level. You guys are criminal. Let me play this little bit more, then I will. What the hell? معلومة أقدر أشتغل كمان هسه. I wanted to finish this. It's frozen. Then let me put it down first. Network wala la I say. Gantes money? أعوذ بالله. What is happening? Doesn't want to work. Anyways, I don't know what. Halala da, Shaitan is playing up really bad. Bukun mujrimin are reporting me. I don't know. Anyways, طبعا الجزء اللي تسميته ده تسميته وده حاجة أنا بس جبت فوقه فيديو ده. أنا I don't want to finish it all. كان في حتة بسيطة أنا دار نقدمه فوقه لكن أبى يمشي معي for some reasons. لا ما أقدر أشتغل. So المهم أنتوا سميتوا كلام المذيعة قالته. كلام ده واضح. We have to check ourselves as South Sudanese. We need to check ourselves. We need to see what is happening. Today we have RSF in South Sudan. We have UPDF in South Sudan. We have قال في جيش صومالي كمان قال جابوه في South Sudan. وتاني منو كده أنا ما أعرف. تقريبا 4 different forces. شنو جاي يحصل بكره بعد بكره؟ nobody knows. سلفا بانا بأرخص سعر. أرخص سعر. After every people trust him بعد ما أخذنا independent في ناس عملوا له تراست اختاروا عشان يكون رئيس للدولة مقدما عشان يقدم بلد لحد ما الناس يوصلوا في مرحلة بتاع انتخابات. But Salva Kiir have betrayed us big time and even sold us out. ده حاجة ما غريب لأنه ده عمايله من في غابة. أي زول بعرف سلفا كير من في غابة they know him but they choose him that way. They choose him to come and do whatever he did to us and he will keep doing it until إن إحنا كلنا جنوبين نركع وتحت. We have to accept. We have to accept Salva Kiir kingdom is in making. Yeah, ده حاجة الجاي يحصل.
And then we have to account for the death of being just by this country.
ما جميع beginning ولا شنو.
Dr. Riek does not care for the citizens of South Sudan. He cares for his own position. He did what he has done. Dr. Riek and the Nuer has actually made crisis just the same like what happened in 1991 in South Sudan. Many people have died here in Juba. Many people have died in Akobo. He selected everybody involved. Now, I would like to make it clear to you that Dr. Riek and the group in Equatoria and the Nuer have to account for the death of being just by this country.
عشان تعرف نية بتاع زول أصلا ما عنده نية يشتغل مع أي زول تاني. كلام بتاع سلفا كير واضح جدا. Since the independent لحد ما نحن جينا 2011 2013 لما شكله وقع وما در رياك يكون قريب منه وما در رياك يكون part of this government وما در أصلا حاجة اسمه نوير يكون قريب مع this system. This is whereby he created the genocide of 2013. He manipulated all these dramas. He made all these dramas and make it real to happen. And indeed it happened. And he called it coup. Huh? He called it coup. Now, for him to bring Bolmel, he have to create another mushkila. He have to create another problem among us as a South Sudanese and among between them in the system, how to remove Riek Machar from the system so he can hand over the power to Bolmel. I keep saying that and I will repeat it again. Until Bolmel will be a president of South Sudan, then all this war will stop. But it's not going to stop because Bolmel came in. It's going to stop because the war have been created initially by Salva Kiir to happen in order for him to do something. Always when he wanted to make something, he have to come with war. He have to come with the problem. He never do something that just without bloodshed or just people, like example, leader to sit down in the parliament discussing and bring it in the national TV, letting people know this is what is going to happen. Mafi. He always create a problem, make people fight themselves, kill each other like no tomorrow. Then Salva Kiir will make a decision, bring something that nobody wanted even to see it. As I said, the war will stop, but is not going to stop because Bolmel came in. Because Bolmel is coming to do his as well. The guy is criminal from day one. He's just like Muhuzi, the son of Museveni. Bolmel is just like Muhuzi, the son of Museveni. So Bolmel and his father Salva Kiir, Muhuzi and his father Museveni, those four individuals, they're all similar. Because Museveni wanted to bring his son also to the position, and Salva Kiir did not groom his sons because his son used to be with us here in Australia. Huh? He used to be with us here in Australia, in Adelaide. He did not groom him. He doesn't know nothing. The only person that Salva Kiir can grab close and bring him to the highest level, elevate him, and give him all this power, just in order for him to take this position, is Bolmel. Because they've been doing this criminal stuff together. Always, Bolmel is protecting Salva Kiir and covering up everything for Salva Kiir. He's working on behalf of Salva Kiir in everything, in terms of money and looting. He's the one representing that area. All these years, people didn't get paid. Why? As today, the reason that he arrested Potkang. Why did he arrest Potkang? Bolmel is the one ordered Potkang to be arrested. Why? Because when Potkang made a statement that he sent the money all in the bank, but there is a rats in J1. That is statement made to who? Who is the rats? Potkang made that statement, but who is the rats? Mush Jatalagal Bolmel. Bolmel wasn't happy with Potkang. He wasn't happy with Potkang until 2 days before arresting Potkang, or 3 days before arresting Potkang. He made a threat in front of the camera, but Bolmel, a threat to Potkang: go and talk to your people in Nasir. Go and talk to your people. As a vice president, asking Potkang to go and speak to people of Nasir to back down. If Potkang wanted, he can take it or he can leave it. That was a statement made by who? Made by Bolmel in the camera. There is a video. There is a video for it. There is a video for that. Bita Bolmel, and then 3 days later or 4 days later, Potkang was been arrested because he wasn't happy. Since Potkang made that statement of there is a rats, I remember we all have rats in Clubhouse and as a PTR and on Facebook, the rats with the bag of money and all this. That statement made to Bolmel because Bolmel by then he wasn't vice president. He wasn't. He doesn't have that power yet. He wasn't vice president, and all money was sent there. But Bolmel doesn't leave money alone. He's always grabbing the money. Every money comes in the bank, he take them straight away, and people doesn't get paid. This way, by Potkang made that statement, and today when he have been put as a vice president, he have power now to arrest Potkang. He's the one. And anything happened to Potkang anywhere, Bolmel responsible. Anything happened to Potkang, Bolmel is responsible for it. And Bolmel is the one going to target all this nowhere because now he's acting in his on the power position that have been given to him. He's going to be worse than Kir. Let me tell you this, and everybody have to put this Fadan Zehalak. He's going to be very worse than Salva Kiir. And he's the one going to send us all outside of that country called South Sudan. We supposed to stand firm. So this Bolmel coming, we need to do something about it. Junubin, do not let this happen. And yet Museveni is supporting these people. Criminal. Because he's criminal. Because if you're not criminal, you will never support criminal person. Museveni is criminal too, like him. Muhuzi is criminal, Barto. They're all criminals. Although the IGAD and UA, that's African Union, AU, made long statement, all these people have been arrested by Salva Kiir, people who in camp of Riek Machar should be released unconditionally. Did Salva Kiir release these people? He released, I think, 2 or 3 people. Those have been released. What about the rest? He arrested about 22 or 23 people. What happened to the rest? Those people have been arrested for no good reason, just because they're an IO. Just because Salva Kiir wanted to bring Bolmel, everybody have to suffer. Salva Kiir want to bring Bolmel, everybody have to shed blood. Salva Kiir wanted to bring Bolmel, everybody have to die. And you African community, African countries, you are guys calling for making Africa as a continent, as one big continent. People should travel without visa and we should have one currency. Is that the way you guys are going to behave? Is that the way you guys have to deal with poor countries? The countries that have no good leaders. The countries that have dictators sitting on citizens' neck. And you're supporting the criminals instead of citizens. That type of agenda is not going to work. I think you guys need to sit down and analyze yourself. Nas Patrick Lumumba, nas that one, I forget his name. LPO Lumumba also. Yeah, that was Patrick Lumumba. So you guys need to sit down and analyze these criminal people, those dictators, mistreating people, abusing citizens left and right, killing people left and right. There is no democracy in the country. You guys need to analyze these people. How are we going to live with this type of dictatorship on our neck? You guys are supposed to have like rules. If you want to really come with this program, you guys need to come with rules. Everybody should rule for 4 years and leave the leadership for somebody else. Especially with the countries that have multiple or many different tribes. Respect should be given to communities. Even if there is a community with 3 or 4 people only, they should be respected. Not because they are minority, they have to be abused. Not because they don't have intellectual, they have to be abused. No. If we really want to be Africa as one nation, one country, one big continent that we were doing things like all in one basket, then you guys need to work out some stuff that shouldn't be there. Imagine the rest of the countries, they're coming just because of one county and they label that county as terrorists. Imagine if that happened to you as Patrick Lumumba or as Masanga yourself. If somebody label your community that you come from as terrorists, how are you going to react? Just because you stood against the way that the system is dealing with the citizen. Everybody have right to object. If the country is not going in the right way, citizens have right to talk about it. Citizens have right to object what is not going good with them. They have right to point it out, to speak up. That's what people call it democracy. Why citizen right is not being given fully to them? And you guys jumping from there, coming to support Salva Kiir. Salva Kiir have led enough. He led this country for 20 good years. We did not see anything good that he've done. Nothing is good. In fact, you guys are the one benefiting from us. You guys are the one benefiting from our country. Because South Sudan have all type of resources. All your refugees is in our country. Uganda and Zato. In South Sudan are many. In fact, they have citizens in South Sudan. And I don't see South Sudanese have Ugandan passport or Kenyan passport. But your people have passport in South Sudan. You left all your criminal dads from jail to come and work in South Sudan. Huh? The heavy lifting that President Museveni is supposed to take, we are the one taking the burden here in our country. Leave alone that refugees that he's talking about today in Kampala, that he have 1 million refugees in Kampala. That shouldn't be a big problem because you are the one taking care of them, not you as President Museveni. They're taking good care of these people. The UN is the one responsible for them. If you don't want them, just let the UN know. Not to make it like as a big deal every time you come and tell us, I'm the one who knows them. I'm the one who have this heavy lifting on my head. I'm the one who to whisper for you. I'm the one. No. Because I know you are the one also going to finish Salva Kiir one day. When the time comes, you are the one going to finish Salva Kiir Resato. Well, even Bolmella, if he stood against your will one day. But now it's all mysterious. That's why you guys are still happy together. Kalam Farik. What about my last video here? أنا عندي واحد فيديو أنا بختم به. فيديو ده عمله واحد خواجه في يوتيوب. It's telling us how to analyze, how to see red flag in somebody if that person dictator or wanted to dictate citizen, how they behave, how they do things. And you will know, and you will see whatever that he's going to talk about on these two leaders that I'm talking about today. Let me bring it up, then I will.
Over again. But let's not guess what works. No. Let's dive into history and see what we can learn to get really smart about this. Hey, it'll be fun, and I might even get you to laugh or cry. It's your choice. So stick with me, because by the end of this easy, free 7-step guide, you'll not only know how to seize power, but you'll also recognize the red flags of dictators in real life, so you can stop them before they go full tyrant on your ass. Step 1, exploit a crisis. First things first, you need a good crisis. No dictator ever rose to power without one. Whether it's an economic collapse, social unrest, or hey, even a global pandemic. Sound familiar? Chaos is always your best friend. If there isn't a crisis, don't sweat it. Just create one. Here, pro tip, manufacture fear. Spread rumors about external threats or internal enemies. The more scared the people are, the more likely they'll turn to you for leadership. I mean, think of it like a horror movie. You're the hero. You are the only one that can step in to save them from the monster. I mean, take Adolf Hitler, for example. Post-World War I Germany, it was in shambles. Unemployment, inflation, humiliation. And what did Hitler do? He offered himself as the savior in Germany's time of need. Boom! There you go, dictatorship. Know how to seize power, but you'll also recognize the red flag.
That has the kalam bita zolla, you can recognize the red flag with a dictatorship. So, yeah, أنا كان لقيت طريقة والله I will seize the power في South Sudan. Why don't نقدر الناس يقولوا في بحر. عشان for you to recognize red flag في dictator, they will make so much dramas. ممكن يخرب لك اقتصاد بتاع البلد the way now. كمان اقتصاد جنوب السودان. اقتصاد ده ماشي وين؟ امبارح بس امبارح يعني نقول لك less than 24 hours $100 عمل 600. $100 عمل 600 ده بس less than 48 hours another 24 hours. ها اقتصاد بتاع البلد ماشي تحت وما في مواهي. ما في مواهي. اتخيل الناس باكلوا وين، الناس بيعيشوا كيف. How people are going to survive. That created by who? By this element called Salva Kiir today. By the same element called Salva Kiir. Huh? Fitan between community and community, between leaders في system مثلا كان هو معه opposition ولا معه ذاته ناس اللي معه في leadership. Just keep listening.
Of dictators in real life. So you can stop them before they go full tyrant on your ass. Step 1, exploit a crisis. First things first, you need a good crisis. No dictator ever rose to power without one. Whether it's an economic collapse, social unrest, or hey, even a global pandemic.
So social unrest. Junub Sudan, nobody's resting. Yani communities kulu, they have been like set against each other. Everybody got for corner hagu jahiz. And I zol ma yani bigger ma fi trust that between community and community, between the leadership themselves. Yani they've been set. يعني زي انت خطيت نشاط في الدنجة زي بس انت قاعد جاهز, you know. Socially South Sudan is unrest. ده كلام حقيقة. And created by who? By Salva Kiir. لما يجي يقول لك قال حكومة بتاعكم دارين يشيلوه, ده اللي يقول اتشيكا بام, ده يقول انك خلاص ادي ايالك امشي عشان يجي يبروتكت ذا بريزيدنت. كوميونتي كله يدي ايالهم للبريزيدنت, وايال لازم تمشي يدربوهم تدريب خاص ويمشي يقتلوا منو باقي ناس تانين ذاته community, innocent community تانين for not good reason. Nobody is threatening Salva Kiir. Nobody is threatening him. مشكلة بتاعهم opposition, he's not leading the country in proper way. He's not doing the leadership that's supposed to be done by any leaders to serve the citizens, to serve the country. This way by He have opposition, and he can still sit down and talk with the opposition, sort it out, bring peace to Junubin, bring اقتصاد ارفع اقتصاد بتاع الدوله فوق, ابني بلد, ادي جنوبين حقوق بتاعهم, اديهم سالري, ابني لهم شوارع, مستشفيات ومويه نظيف. ده حاجات الناس دايرينه, but he's not doing it. تشوف ده زول ديكتاتور ظاهر فكير بقى خير رقم 7 كمان sometimes.
Sound familiar? Chaos is always your best friend. If there isn't a crisis, don't sweat it. Just create one. Here, pro tip, manufacture fear. Spread rumors about external threats or internal enemies.
شوف, spray rumors about external threat. امشي شاكله كان خلاص غلبوك تعال لي هنا ويقول لي ده لإيكوتوريا النوير must pay price for killing Dinka. When did we kill Dinka? Allahu Ya'lam. Salva Kiir ya barif. This is another fitna. For Dinka to be against Equatorian, to be against Nuer, see the rest of the people like they are his enemy bita Salva Kiir, which is not. He just created that to make Dinka fear the Innu. If I'm not there one day, you Dinka will suffer. See all these fear statements, scary statements. He's the one making those threats to young community, and young community believe him. You know, some of the young now believe that if Salva Kiir is not there or son of Jeng is not on the leadership, we Dinka are finished. That's the red flag.
More scared the people are, the more likely they'll turn to you for leadership. I mean, think of it like a horror movie. You're the hero. You are the only one that can step in to save them from the monster. I mean, take Adolf Hitler, for example. Post-World War I Germany, it was in shambles, unemployment, inflation, humiliation. And what did Hitler do? He offered himself as the savior in Germany's time of need. Boom! There you go, dictatorship. Crisis? Check. Now time to save the day. Well, sort of. Step 2, control the media and the narrative. Now that people are freaked out, it's time to control what they hear and see. Why let pesky facts get in your way of...
I said, they happen in Junub Sudan. Control the medias and radios, televisions, all been controlled in South Sudan. Today, forces are going to Nasir Town County and Ulang County. Network is off. Nobody should see what is happening. For those citizens in Nasir and Ulang, they shouldn't be going live. They shouldn't be connecting with the people in diaspora or people in Juba or in other places to get communicated among themselves to tell other people what is going on with them. The network is off in Nasir Town and Ulang Town. Those two towns, there is no network. And this is exactly what happened a month ago when those of telecommunication and those of the telecommunication minister, I think, said that they wanted to cut off TikTok and Facebook from South Sudan. You see, when this statement came up, because when issue happened in Sudan, people was slaughtered in the broad daylight, brought lots of chaos, and the reaction was bad in South Sudan. They decided to come up with like, we wanted to cut off TikTok and Facebook because those social media are creating so much trouble to them. And beside that, everything that happened in J1, we see it in Facebook, we see it in TikTok. They even confused, how is this information coming out? They don't want to see this information coming out because people are opposing them, people are embarrassing them, people are exposing them to the highest level, and the official doesn't want that to happen. They wanted to control it. Besides, platform like iRadio in Juba, look at how many times Michael Mokoy is threatening these people. Even that I forget his name. He have to issue an apology to Michael Mokoy because he published Uganda, the UPDF coming to Juba, into Juba already. So he have to apologize and put official formal letter in Facebook for Michael McCoy to accept his apology. Now you can see how they control this iRadio. There is certain information they want it to be published and certain information not to be published. They don't want that. If you becoming against them, telling the truth, you will be targeted. You will be arrested by NSS. The other platform like Radio Bajita and other platforms, they're all been controlled by the government. Even the South Sudan South Sudan broadcast, whatever it is, television bita South Sudan have been controlled. Have you ever seen anything that happen bijibu fi television? They don't bring things that really doesn't work with them on the TV. You can see only that because the TV is government TV anyways, but there is no independent TVs. Like example, SBS radio, ABC radio, example like BBC radio. There is supposed to be like multiple things to be working in South Sudan, but the only TV is South Sudan broadcast, whatever it is, that in Juba is controlled and doesn't tell the truth. And Maf is also in the near they watch it. I don't know. Maybe people in Juba are watching it, but here in diaspora, nobody cares about this nonsense TV.
Your rise to power. I mean, you'll need to silence journalists and take control of the news cycle. Here's some key moves to do that. Call any negative stories about you fake news. Yeah, it's simple, it's effective, and you can use it every time someone says something you don't like. This totally worked for Hitler, calling the media lying press. Castro in Cuba saying only the state-run media could be trusted, and Chavez in Venezuela shutting down independent news outlets. See? There's a method.
And the independent news outlet, why? Because independent news outlet always speak the truth because they're independent, nobody control them. They always, like journalists, supposed to be honest, not taking sides. Any journalist works as an independent. You don't take side even with the enemy, Hakuma, or whatever it is. You speak the truth as it is, point blank. And government sees that if they let this to be in South Sudan, their dirty work will be seen. Their dirty work will be noticed. Their dirty job against the citizen will bring them chaos. So it's good to block them. If they don't want to obey the law of what South Sudan have for them, then they have to shut this media down. Or else deal with what they have for you.
To this. Now, take over the state-run media and fill it with propaganda, preferably glowing reports about how amazing you are. You get bonus points for creating distractions. Confuse the public with outrageous conspiracy theories. Distracted people don't ask tough questions. Look at Vladimir Putin. He mastered media manipulation, keeping tight control of Russian state-run media while discrediting his critics. He's kept himself in power for decades this way. It's easy peasy. Step 3.
That's exactly. When you see media outlet, masalan, you gul haja al-hagiga, Michael Mokoy will come and say, that's not true. That's propaganda. Those are the people who in media is always making, bringing fire in South Sudan. Example, Salva Kiir said in one of the interview, probably you guys have seen it. The journalist asked him about the refugees and displaced people. He said, those people have been displaced with the social media people. These people have been displaced by social media people. And Elia Lomoro called us what? Criminal, social media criminals. That's how they describe us. Because we exposing them. We're telling them, no, this is not the fact. The fact is 1, 2, 3. Okay? They don't want us. They call us propagandists. They call us criminal. They call us, we are the one creating chaos in South Sudan. We are the one displacing people from South Sudan. Like we're holding gun and put it on everybody's head that they are threatening them. And in fact, that we want our people to live happy, peaceful in our own places. So this is how dictator works.
Consolidate power like a boss. Time to get serious. You're on your way, but to truly become a dictator, you'll need to centralize all the power. Democracy? So overrated. You want to make the decisions without anyone telling you no. Here's a pro tip. Declare an emergency. That crisis you've been milking, use it to grant yourself emergency powers. Tell people it's temporary, but spoiler alert, it's not.
Exactly.
Step up your game. Eliminate term limits, or better yet, just cancel elections altogether. Why deal?
Yeah, election kuliam be cancel emergency election. Exactly, Salva Kiir, particularly Salva Kiir, akar Museveni gadi amul fake election agora. Ba amul kida besrik. We are winner. We have be get the presidential hagora. Lakin Salva Kiir since 2011 until today's date. الليلة 2025 14 سنة ما في election. ما في election. بعمل لما election كل ما يكون قريب بكريات مشكلة بكريات problem بكريات شكلة between ناس بيشاكلوا insecurity ما داري يعمل permanent constitution ما داري يكريات national army ما داري يعمل يجيب security في محله و threatening the oppositions or whoever wanted to stand for presidential election, like no tomorrow. Everything we are because center بتاعت منو بتاعت الحكم في الدولة ذاته. He become the central position. He wouldn't let anyone come close by. وبعرف وقته 200 لما يكون تعبان زي ما هو تعبان هسه يقوم يجيب لكم بولميل يحطوا فينا ده ويقول لكم مع السلامة أنا مشيت. They are dictatorship.
With the hassle of opponents when you can just make sure you stay in charge forever. Here's a case study. Remember how Hitler did it? He passed the Enabling Act of 1933, allowing him to bypass Parliament and make laws on his own. Boom! Just like that. No more democracy. So declare an emergency. It's like a dictatorship cheat code. Step 4. Silence the haters. All right. Some people still aren't on board. Don't worry. It's time to silence your critics, but be smart about it. You don't want to look like a dictator yet. So start small. Here's how you do it. Arrest your political opponents on vague charges like treason or threats to national security. If they disappear, even better. Shut down protests with a little tear gas here and a little police brutality there. Just enough to send a message. And keep people paranoid. Set up surveillance and make it clear that you're watching. The more
this guy is very I see everything he says is in South Sudan. Amna حاجة اسمه protest. تقول لهم يا أخي I don't have rubber bullet, I have live bullet. طلع دبابات كده ودخل لهم خوف وحددهم وقول لهم والله زول اللي بيجي برا هنا تقبض نك نفرين 3 كده تقفلوا في بلو هاوس باقين ديل كله يجروا يدوسوا نفسهم تمسك ناس بوزيشن ديل كده تدخلهم كده في سجون وتجلدهم كم جلدات كده تطلع واحد كرينه مكسور واحد عينه مضروب والله باقين ديل كله يقوموا يختفوا من البلد. This is exactly this is exactly what is happening with Junub Sudan. And Salva Kiir is true dictator. True dictator. That itu kan ma عرفتو علامات with a dictatorship. If you don't know, go back and listen to these men later on from the start. Listen to the points that he raised and put it fi Junub Sudan hala yede fi wala mafi. And then you judge it yourself.
The more paranoid they are, the less likely they are to speak out. And here
Na nas yukun paranoid. خوفوكم خلاص يقول لكم ما في رابع بولت عندنا لايف بولت ولا زول البطله في المظاهرات ده ما بنخلوه بنرشه طوالي لانه ما عندنا نايدا قنبله شطه. مش ده كلام ده ما يكون مكوي قاعد يقولوا هسه في ناس قاعد تطلع في مظاهرات ما في زول قاعد يطلع في مظاهرات ما في زول بقول ساكت زي ده ما في. ليه؟ Because people are paranoid, people are afraid. Everybody have a fear that in Kantalana we will be killed, we will be targeted. Because this is how dictator works. Threatening people left and right to make you not to think of you wanted to do something or you wanted to bring change.
is a boss bonus move. Take a page from Augusto Pinochet in Chile. He didn't mess around, disappearing thousands of political opponents during his reign.
في كام opposition leader قاعد يختفي. ناس سامويل دونغ ما ناس اجري ادري دي لقطهم من كينيا هنا مش قتلهم في لوري. ناس مارتن كيني مش قتلوه في ويسترن إيكواتوريا. ناس اسمه شنو ده what his name ناس جيماغوري ديل طبعا هو ما تحقوا في الطياره لكن ده وفي تاني ده اسمه من ده ولا تباري تاني ده اسمه من ده لوريد كده اكتب لي انا I forget his name. How many of political leaders have been arrested? بس اقرب مثال ذاته انا نمشي بيت ليه حسب بتاع الرياك مشارة. How many ناس بوت كان ديل ناس لام وانا سميت اسا ذاته لامك ولا جاوين قال خطو في house arrest ولا برضو قبضانا ما اعرف. How many of these people the political opponent بتاع سلفكير have been threatening left and right including those of Nas Thomas Shirilo. They're threatening him all the time. Nas Pagan del Yadel في نيروبي هناك. قاعدين هناك موقفهم ما معروف. دارين يجيبوهم جوبا ما دارين يجيبوهم جوبا دارين يعملوا بيس ده ما دارين يعملوا بيس ده ما معروف. ناس دي ناس ماشيين لسنة almost 1 year in Nairobi في hotel. Almost 1 year لحد شهر 5 ده until end of this month coming April. Until end of April those people will be 1 year in Nairobi living in hotel. They even ran out of money. They're asking for support and they're there for peace agreement. Peace agreement for peace talk at Tumaini initiative in Kenya. Nasladu Gore. So how many times these people came from Juba to have a chat with those in Nairobi, but they did not even reach to the point that now they wanted to sign agreement, the final signing of agreement. This is how dictator manipulate things around, playing up, paying William Ruto how many millions just to play the game with him and hold this Nas Pagande as hostage with those of Nas Lalaja, with those of Nas Arua boys, with those of Nas Munumunu, hold them there hostage. Nobody should go anywhere. And there is nothing is moving. And he's there creating another havoc within the country, fighting the community left and right, inviting those his bilateral friendship to come and kill and target the one county that have disagreement with him. Damn, a dictatorship.
To ensure no one challenged his rule. Now that's commitment. Now,
that's clear. When you oppose his ruling system or you oppose the way he rules you, Michael Mokoy said, this is how we rule this country. If you don't like it, pack your bag and go. That is statement made by Michael Mokoy. I think it was December last year. A statement that made by who? By Michael Mokoy. This is the way how we lead this country. This is the way how we rule this system. If you're not happy with it, pack your bag and go. Go where? Mama Roof. That's dictatorship.
Take a sip of water. Hydration is always key to dictatorship, so take a drink. Step 5, create a scapegoat. Here's where things get fun. I mean, to really solidify your position, you need to unite the people behind a common enemy. Someone to blame for all the country's problems. Hey, it doesn't really matter who. I mean, immigrants, a minority group, or even your political opponents will do. Here's a pro tip. Blame everything on your chosen scapegoat. National crisis? Their fault. Economic woes? Their fault. Definitely them. Can't find your car?
Because opposition yaga diamel distraction. Bele dema banao because that opposition got diamel distraction, and we will have to go and have a peace talk. Instead, peace talk cannot stop you building the country. Peace talk cannot stop you building companies to bring people, to create job for people. Peace talk cannot stop you from bringing clean water to your citizen. Peace talk cannot avoid you or stop you from bringing a good health system in the country. You have many opposition because you're not doing it. That's why you have many opposition are talking about it and talking about your dirty ruling system. This whereby you blaming the opposition on everything. Also, you blaming the opposition are the one chasing people or displacing people from South Sudan, but you're the one doing it with those national security of yours, going to the communities with holding big machineries, armed machineries, weapons, like RPGs, whatever it is, Mashima Bagarat. They go to the community farm, eating their crops, destroying their houses, and nobody should talk. And when somebody stand up for their right, your South Sudan People Defense Forces start to kill, displace, burn houses down. Of course, people are going to be displaced. Who creating this havoc? Is not opposition, because opposition is not on those places. Those all places that problem have been created in. There is no opposition, because if there is opposition really clearly on those areas, we could have heard the two groups had a big fight. But the fact is between the national security and civilians, communities. And community are powerless. They have nothing. They just have to run for their lives. And then it gets blamed on opposition. Killing people in Numule Road have been blamed on opposition. But created by who? By Salva Kiir himself. Because he have an agenda to destroy the name of opposition. Even today, the fight that is going in Nasser, created by who? By Salva Kiir himself. Created by who? By Salva Kiir. Appointing those of Nas Johnson Oling with James Kwang to go and dismantle or disarm community of Nasser without even proper education given to the community of Nasser. What do you expect them to do? When you're killing those people every time you attack them, you kill many of them. Every time you attack them, you kill many of them. Now they're all armed. And you wanted to come and disarm them with another militia group. They are not even a national army. Huh? You wanted to come and disarm them. And yet you come and put the blame on who? On your opponent, Riek Machar. That's the job of the dictatorship. It's clear.
Yeah, their fault.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look at Hitler. He blamed the Jews for Germany's downfall, creating a rallying cry for the nation to unite under his brutal leadership. It's a classic move that never fails. All right, step 6, promise simple solutions. This is the cherry on top. People are stressed, the country's a mess, and all they want are easy fixes. And you know what? You're going to give them exactly what they want to hear. Whether or not you can actually deliver, well, that's a different story. Pro tip, offer oversimplified solutions to complex problems. Tell people that with just a few tweaks, it's like getting rid of your scapegoat or passing a few new laws. You'll fix everything. Mussolini did this brilliantly in Italy, promising to make Italy great again. Well, he actually promoted the new Roman Empire. Mussolini was all about bringing back Italy's old empire days, and that was a big focus in his speeches and his propaganda. He proposed to do this through economic reform and military revival. Feel free to fact check me. But the guy held on to power for over 20 years. Step 7, stay in power no matter what. You've made it, you're in charge. But here's the thing. Absolute power doesn't maintain itself. You've got to work at it and make sure you stay on top. So sow distrust in elections, if you bother to hold them at all. You've got to win every time 100% of the vote. Sounds totally legit, right? Use the military or police to crush any uprisings. Tanks in the street never fail to remind people who's boss. And thank China for the strategy. It works. Hey, pro tip, follow the lead of North Korea. They've gotten the dictatorship game.
Namshiladi China le mayafi Uganda. He always wins 100%. Umar al-Bashir imda kaman zere always win 100%. Those are how dictator works. You know, sit there forever. Sit there in that power forever. It's yours. It's belong to you. You play it up. You make things work for you. You don't care about the damn citizen, right? And those are the smarter ones. They were able at least to make something called there is election tomorrow, and then people will come and vote for someone, and we'll all be counted for Omar al-Bashir or Thomas Museveni. Huh? But Salva Kiir did not even reach to that level. He was just sitting there by all power that he have, and every time there is an election, they put the time and date. Then you will hear that there is electoral commission have been appointed. There is money that have been approved for election. There is a budget for this. There is a budget for that. And when YGP Moed election suspended, and we have an extension for 2 years. Yeah, you don't care. As long as you still there as a president, nobody cares. Nobody will come out, because if anyone come out, national security is ready. And they don't have a rubber bullet. They have live bullet. So everybody is scared. Everybody accept. Everybody's like, let him continue stay. That's how dictator works, guys. Those all this statement, the points that he raised in this video today is just mark up what we have in South Sudan. Pretty 100% sure.
Down to an art form. Generations of Kims have ruled with absolute authority thanks to a mix of personality cults and fear. Want to take your dictatorship to the next level? Try these advanced techniques for free. Rewrite history. No problem. I got you covered. With this proven.
Okay, I think that was the end. أنا ما عرفت وين انتهى في محله. So أنا بصراحة حبيت الفيديو ده وقلت نجيبه عشان انتوا كمان تعرفوا حكيمكم منو ولا القاعد في راسكم منو وحلوله هيكون شنو ذاته. dictators كان دولة رئيس بقى dictator ما في حاجة بيطلع الرئيس ده إلا بيطلعه بقوة. لأنه أي زول رئيس dictator he protect himself بجيش اللي هو عنده، والجيش ده قاعد يعمله جيش حقه والي له هو، ما عنده ولاء للوطن وما عنده ولاء للشعب. ناس الكل قاعدين يكوركوا قاعدين حكومة ده لازم يطلعوا، حكومة ده لازم يعملوا كده. We have to go for election ذاته ما في. We have to do this. This president only can be removed by election. Let us wait for election. Election ذاته ما في. How many years we've been there? Salva Kiir has been there from 2005 since John Garang passed away. 2005 until today. How many years? 21 good years. 20 years. I mean, okay? There is no election. Why do we have to even wait for this damn election that is not, it never comes? Can there be an option? Let's go for it. Can there be an option? As who dictator? We have to deal with the dictator the way that dictator deals with us. Period. We have to deal with the dictator, the same dictator who is dealing with us. Jonushan kala misal quiz. Gal shock kantana, ita ma betatala shock de illa be shock tani. Ita kanindak shock tana fukurenak illa you need to bring another shock. Ashan tatala obo. Au ibra. That's how dictators have to be removed. That's how dictators have to be dealt with. We have seen Hosni Mubarak Khan gadi dictate Masrin Talaw kef. We have seen Umar al-Bashir Talaw kef. The race with Syria da ragab to tawil des mumuno da Bashar al-Assad Talaw kef. Those are all dictators. Bashar al-Assad قاعد كم 40 سنة في حكم. وجبوا ورا أبوه بعد ما أبوه مات أدى حكم لجناو. Bashar al-Assad مسك بورا أبوه. ودي the same thing Museveni داري يعمل الدكتاتور بتاع يوغندا and Salva Kiir داري يعمل the same business معنا في جنوب السودان. No, we are not going to accept that. Salva Kiir should know that we are not accepting that. And Bolmel يومك حكايتك معنا حيكون طويل. حكايتك حيكون معنا طويل. دولة ده ما belong لكم انتوا براكم. We are 64 tribes, and all of us have right to lead that country, regardless. If you are qualified, you have been voted by citizens, you take it over. Not to dictate us, not to kill us, not to target us, not to create fear on citizens, not to arrest your opponent like what Museveni is doing today. In each country, they have opposition. I don't into opposition. All these countries in this world, they have opposition. But opposition doesn't leave the country. They live in the same country. They come in the same parliament. They debate in the parliament in some other stuff together. Not like in our country, if you become opposition, you have to be chased out of your house. All your house will be burned down. Even your family will be targeted. For what reason? For what reason? We don't want this type of the behavior. We need democracy. Everybody has to speak up. And we have freedom. We need freedom of speech according to that dirty constitution that you have in the country there. That not permanent constitution you have. There is freedom of speech supposed to be there. Everybody should speak up. Why are you dictating people? أنا أخيتو يا جماعة تكلمت كتير so ده كده كفاية عندي فيديو بتاع زول ده make lots of sense and I really like the way he pointed all the stuff that will show us red flag on any leadership or any leader that lead in the country. You will see how they act, how they do things, how if they save the citizen or not. That will show you لأنه أي دولة مفروض كان في أخطاء في ruling system على الأقل الشعب يطلع برا يقدموا رأي بتاعهم. Just little example زمن اللي كان في السودان citizen بتاع الجنوبين هنا في جزيرة ضبهم. الجنوبين كان مفروض يدوم حرية يطلعوا يكسبرس لايف هنا الرايت بتاعهم. لكن خوفا المظاهرة حتنقلب لحاجة تاني. خوفا هم خايفين كان هم allowed this access it might turn to something else. it might tend to their removal from system. عشان كده هم ما سمحوا للجنوبين يطلعوا. ما سمحوا للجنوبين to come out and cry for their loved one that have been targeted in Sudan. And until today, nobody is talking about these people. Even Salva Kiir made it clear, Burhan, he doesn't have people in Sudan. How come he doesn't have people in Sudan when we all have our families in Sudan? And we are South Sudanese. Denying your own citizen. And according also to some of the Sudanese people, activists or those who making noise in TikTok and Facebook, they said that clearly. All those countries came and collected their people from Sudan, except us, South Sudanese. What's wrong with us? Because we don't have leaders. We don't have proper leader that leading the country called South Sudan today. We have bunch of criminals, dictators, rapists, killers. Huh? Those are the type of the thing that we have in Junub Sudan. We don't have leaders, unfortunately. We have country, but no leader. You know? So from this platform, Landing Zone, Facebook, YouTube, my last message is for UPDF to leave our country. Uganda must leave South Sudan. And Uganda must stop interfering in our own issues. The issue that we have is within us. It's our own issues that among ourselves have nothing to do with somebody to come and jump in the name of we wanted to protect the president. And who is going to protect the citizen? If you guys protecting the president, who is going to protect those poor people in South Sudan we have? If you guys not protecting your people, that's not our objective as South Sudanese. We as South Sudanese, our people comes first. If you don't have that in Uganda, then deal with it there somewhere. Leave us alone. Leave us alone. So I will stop here. And I will see you again next week. I will see you again next week with another different topic. I will play a short video song, then I will close the room. To those who in Nasir, as you guys going through hard time, our prayers are with you. ربنا يحميكم ويغطيكم ويغطي إيال اللي في معكم هناك. As you guys are fighting for your right, nothing will harm you. Trust me. You guys are fighting to protect your children, your elders, your women. Nothing will harm you. خلوا أمهاتكم يكونوا ركوبة تحت. أمهاتكم خليكم ركوبة تحت. Because إنتوا طلعتوا من بطونهم. هم يهو بيباركوكم ويحميكم من أي شر وشبه شر. أمهاتكم، أنا لما نقول أمهاتكم أنا ما قصدي مثلا I wanted to نفرز، لكن دائما الوالد كان خط ركبة تحت من أجل إياله، ربنا بسمع دعوات بتاعه. ربنا بسمع دعوات بتاعت الأمهات أكتر وأكتر. And we are praying also. We are extending our prayers towards you. Nothing will harm you and you will win this. Inshallah kan jabu lekon 4-5 دول مجرمين del to come and do wonders, to come and kill you guys. Itu ya بتعرفوا أركان بتاع مواقع بتاعكم. انتوا بتعرف تدوسوا نفسكم وين عشان تشنوا لهم الهجومات. انتوا بتعرفوا مواقع اللي انتوا بتقدر تجيب فوقه هيكون لكم سيف. ماشي بتاعكم في حرب مع الناس ديل. You did not go to their land. They are the one looking for you. And that will, Rabbana will judge on that side. Rabbana will judge on that side. And God will stand with you always as the rightful person trying to protect their own properties, loved ones. May God be with you, and we will hear good news soon. So let me
Where I graduate is employers they get men who's all on my cry as I got be marked up. It is okay, we have no choice. I'm in a country where foreigners own everything and have more right than the citizen. It is okay, we have no choice. I'm in a country where civil servant can go 5 to 6 months with no salaries. It is okay, we have no choice. Mensa vale misa, mafira. Every day we work so hard to survive. And every time we pray so hard to revive. I'm a survivor, it's a survivor. I all fivelete, bigger survivor. I'm a survivor, it's a survivor. I all fivelete, bigger survivor.
I just love this song. This song is really meaningful. And أنا حبيت نقطه عشان يزول يشوف نفسه. We are all survivors of that country today. So thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for your time. If you came late, you did not share the live, please don't hesitate. Share the live. Share it to friends until we meet again next week. Ciao for now.